A weather system bringing rain, snow, and wind is moving through Northern California. It's an active evening and a weather alert day, and roads in the Sierra already have some difficult driving conditions. This was on Highway 20 near Nevada City this afternoon. Rain also falling on the Sacramento State campus around the same time. And now the wind is starting to pick up. So we can show you what it looks like right now across our area. You can see raindrops there covering some of our sky cameras in Fairfield, Sacramento, and Stockton, and in Lake Tahoe we are seeing snow falling there. So we'll be seeing this system move through our area tonight and into tomorrow.
We have team coverage on the weather system today, and we're live across our area in the Central Valley and the Sierra as well. And meteorologist Heather Waldman is also checking the impacts of the system for us this evening. But first, we're going to start with Chief Meteorologist Mark Finan to talk about what's going on right now.
Widespread rain through the area. It started in many spots around noon or just a little bit later, and then it just filled in across the valley and the foothills. And the other thing that we'll be talking about is that rising snow level. So many communities down along Highway 49 and lower that have been impacted so heavily by snow recently. Tonight, it's all rain as that snow level goes up. This is the last 3 hours, and you can just picture the motion here. That moisture coming in off the Pacific and coming across Northern California, heading into the west slope of the Sierra, and we're just squeezing out every drop of rain. So far, valley spots have picked up around 1/4 to 1/3 of an inch of rain, a good steady rain over the last few hours. You can see that in Stockton and Modesto. There are a few spots here and there that don't have rain, and we'll continue to see a couple of those through the night, but they won't last very long. We're going to see some pretty steady rain. Let's talk about that snow and the snow level. So here's Sonora Highway 4 Arnold at 4,000 feet. Let me zoom in on that a little bit more and just watch the snow level go up. So Arnold, like I said, it's at 4,000 feet. 3 hours ago, we were seeing snow. Same thing down here around Twain Harte, Miwok Village, and just watch that snow level go up the hill. That's a visualization of the warmer air coming in and finally getting that snow level out of the foothills where we'll just see rain, like in El Dorado and Amador County. All those lower elevations, yeah, you're just getting rain tonight. In Sacramento, it's windy, it's wet. We've had a couple of wind gusts over 40 miles an hour, and as you can see, it is a solid rain. And same thing in southwest Placer County, and then into Yuba City and along Highway 20, Penn Valley and Smartsville, Grass Valley, Nevada City, and then on Interstate 80. Here, too, we're seeing that snow level go up the hill, but it is going to be a snowy night on up over the summit. Not only tonight, but it's going to be snowy the next few days. Back to you.
All right, Mark, we'll be circling back to you first, though. The rain is coming down steadily in a lot of parts of our area.
KCRA 3's Melanie Wingo is live for us in the Loomis area. So, yeah, looks pretty soggy out there, Melanie.
Yes, for sure. We got here about 4:30 this afternoon, and we've seen the rain increase somewhat and the winds just now starting to pick up. It had been relatively calm. I say that as I'm standing here in pouring rain, but it has increased in intensity as far as the rain and a little bit more in terms of wind gusts just in the last 20 minutes or so. I'm going to step out of the way so you can see what's going on this part of Interstate 80. Again, we're in Loomis, right near the Horseshoe Bar exit, and you can see that highway speeds are really what people are observing right now, but unfortunately the road is so slicked over with a lot of water from the rain that that's one of those things you might want to think about if you're headed out to lower those speeds. We always hear from the California Highway Patrol that it is a good idea when we have wet roadways like this to really take things down a notch. Maybe these drivers didn't get that memo because they are going at a pretty decent clip out here. But again, it bears repeating every time we have a storm like this, and the roads are slick. And the road spray, which we are seeing from our vantage point here next to the highway at a safe distance, is really kicking up as drivers pass along. That road spray kicks up, and when you've got a big rig next to you, it reduces your visibility with the road spray. And of course, you need to increase your stopping distance when the roads are wet like this. So that's a slice of what's happening in this part of the valley. We are, in Placer County, again, in Loomis. We expect things to increase in intensity with the winds in this area, and we will be here throughout the night checking things out, making sure we are on top of anything that may happen in this area as it relates to the storm. So let us know. Reach out to us on social media. If you have weather-related issues where you are, we will be keeping track of that all night tonight. Reporting live in Loomis, Melanie Wingo, KCRA 3 News.
All right, that's a good look out there for us. Thanks, Melanie.
In the Sierra, the snow has been falling for a few hours now. This is a live look at Interstate 80 at Donner Lake.
Wow.
And man, yeah, you can see it coming down. You can actually kind of see it blowing out there. As the snow is falling in the Sierra, as you can see, it's coating the roadways.
Sure is. KCRA 3's Leanne Denyer is in Nyack right now. So let's see what it's looking like there. We can see the snow coming down right there.
Yeah, it is coming down right now, and it is kind of this icy snow that we have right now. It's sort of just gathering on my jacket with just little pieces of ice all over the place. But guys, what I can't get over is if you watch KCRA enough, we do weather live shots from this gas station here in Nyack relatively often. However, normally we're way back this way. I wanted to give you just sort of a sense of how big this berm of snow is. I've made myself a little snow stand, if you will, to try to give you a sense. But typically we're able to be farther back and show you 80. We can't even see it. The snow is so high at this point. It's just been gathered and plowed over and plowed over and plowed over. So again, we are at the Shell Station in Nyack, one of our spots where we love to show you the weather, and this is what we're seeing right now. It's snowing. You can see that this berm of snow goes almost all the way up to the plus gasoline on the Shell sign there. And here at the gas station, we've seen some people putting on their chains. We've seen a couple of plows taking a little break as they get ready to head out on 80. The drive up the hill wasn't too bad. It was pretty slow going once you got to chain control. We did have to wait for quite a while. Of course, those chain controls are in effect. We are past that benchmark at this point because the snow's fallen really good. It's really cold and icy out there. CHP telling us to tell you, if you don't need to be out in this, please go ahead and stay home. In Nyack, Leanne Denyer, KCRA 3 News.
All right. Thank you so much, Leanne. Good to see the conditions there and just kind of hanging tough in there.
Well, here's another look at the roads just to get an idea. Highway 50 at Myers on your left. That was 2 o'clock. You can see the roads were wet, but travel was fairly easy and really not too much of a change there. When you look on the right, travel is still pretty smooth. You can see, though, some more wet droplets now there on the lens on the right. Well, one element of the system that we're watching is expected to be the strong winds.
Absolutely. Mark's back with us. So, Mark, how strong is the wind at this point?
Yeah, we've started to see a couple of gusts up around 40 miles an hour or so. We saw a gust of 43 at Sac International, a gust of 41 at McClellan, and that's the threshold you start hearing that wind outdoors. Certainly, these are the sustained winds, though, 26 in Fairfield, 22 in Stockton and Placerville, but then you get those occasional gusts, and we're getting a lot of them in that 35 range right now. This is that gust, and as you can see, it's Sacramento Executive Airport, a gust of 36 and 32 in Placerville. But let's talk about those gusts and how they're going to be increasing over the next couple of hours. Just starting to get into the higher winds now. This is at 8 o'clock, and as usual, we see the strongest winds, let's say along I-5 and up to Highway 49. So it's the east side of the valley and the lower foothills. And as you can see, a lot of areas have gusts upper 30s, low 40s. Valley Springs seems to be one of those spots that really pops at 10 o'clock, maybe getting a gust near 50. But I think you could really say we could get gusts as high as 50 anywhere in that region I've been talking about. The west side of the valley, it'll be breezy, but not as strong as what we're talking about on the east side of the valley. The reason we like to highlight those winds over 40, 45, 50 is that's when you get into the possibility of having trees down, power issues, and that sort of thing. We'll still be in some of those gusty winds around 4 o'clock in the morning, but shortly after that, the strongest wind gusts go away. So if you wake up tomorrow morning and your power is still on, it's likely to stay on. Back to you.
All right, Mark, thank you. Well, thousands of people in Nevada County are still without power. For them, it's been a week and a half, and that's been about for 3,000 PG&E customers.
Can you believe that? Around 10 days, just brutal for some folks. We spoke with PG&E during the KCRA 3 News at 4 o'clock today. The utility says that it has crews in position to respond to any new outages.
We currently have 153 crews that are working on restoration right now. A lot of them are from other areas within California, parts of the PG&E service area that don't have the same type of outage activity at this moment. So it's one of the benefits that we have is we can pull resources in from all different parts of the state or out of state if needed. And that's exactly what we've done.
So from outages now to fears of flooding, the community of Wilton still on edge and still really recovering after the New Year's storm 2 months ago. Crews were even out today before the rain started, working on fixing a broken levee.
As they have been for the last few weeks. KCRA 3's Michelle Bandor is live in Wilton. So, Michelle, let's start with the conditions you're seeing there right now.
Well, Edie, I had to tell you, I'm not going to lie, it's pretty miserable. Wilton resident Jill Curtis is back at it.
I'm tougher than a dollar steak. This is nothing.
Filling sandbags to protect her property once again.
Got a shop that floods, a pool house that floods, dog kennels that flood. Yeah, but I'm doing good compared to some of my neighbors.
We're kind of looking at a deja vu situation here this weekend, but now we've kind of worked some of those kinks out that we had back then.
Mark Height sits on the board of trustees for Reclamation District 800, which oversees 34 miles of the Cosumnes River levee in the Wilton area.
And there are some weak spots, and that's what some of these high water events always show us. And so we just anticipate and we get ready for them because we know it's going to happen somewhere.
The district has already spent $6 million on levee repairs after the New Year's storm caused 3 breaks. You can see the new rock protecting the levee.
Unlike the last time when if we have any problems with the levees, we already have heavy equipment out here.
Height hopes to prevent any flooding and keep the community safe. The New Year's storm killed 3 people trapped in cars in floodwaters, and first responders rescued dozens of others who were stranded. Even with the dark clouds and rain, Curtis looks on the bright side of the storm.
I'm glad it's not fire. That's where I'm at. I'll take all the rain we can get. We need it. Our ground needs it. Maybe not so much all at once.
You guys put it on, what time will it be?
Well, here we are live outside the Wilton Fire Station. As you can see, we've got a couple residents here filling up their sandbags. This is one of 5 sandbag stations across the county. And, you know, as we said, the leaders are saying that these guys are going to need them, you know, if they're expecting all that rain coming in. And you are asking us about the conditions. It started raining about 1 o'clock this afternoon. And as the day's gone on, it's really, it's gotten heavier. And it's the wind that's really getting us. It's pretty cold. So when that wind picks up, it just gets pretty miserable out here. Now, Mark Height, who we spoke to here from the Reclamation District, says they've asked the county to ask the National Guard to bring in 2 high rescue water vehicles just in case to have them on standby. They say that the fire trucks here really took a beating during the last rescues in January. So they're hoping they can get that equipment in. They really just want to be prepared, you know, in case anything happens. They want to be right there, like we said, if anything happens, just being prepared. Reporting live in Wilton, Michelle Bandor, KCRA 3 News.
Yeah, in some of those rural areas and the agricultural areas, it can be really difficult to get the equipment in when it's muddy and other kinds of conditions.
Yeah, fortunately, the folks in Wilton, they know the drill.
Yes,
so they know what they need to do.
Yeah, they've got deeply experienced people there, too, who've been preparing for this. We've already seen some reservoirs release water in anticipation of this weather system.
Yeah, meteorologist Heather Waldman is here right now. She's going to walk us through some of the reservoirs in our area, Heather.
Yeah, reservoir managers right now kind of shifting into flood control mode rather than where they were in January, trying to store up as much water as possible. They are going to let, of course, plenty of it come in, but they're making releases preemptively to allow for rainfall coming in with this storm, another coming early next week, and of course snowmelt on top of that. Right now, Lake Shasta is at 62% of capacity. There is plenty of room there to work with, but they are doing some minor releases there at about 3,000 cubic feet per second. So that's going to send some water down the upper Sacramento River. You'll see water levels rise a bit there. There may be some gauges that reach that monitor stage between rainfall runoff and some of those releases as well. Lake Oroville right now, 75% of capacity. That's 116% of average for this date. So water managers don't really want to see that level come up much more. They're releasing 7,000 cubic feet per second today. Tomorrow, they're going to double that. They're also going to open the auxiliary spillway for the first time since 2019. That's going to send water down the Feather River. So expect some rises near Oroville over the next couple of days. New Bullards Bar, not too far from Oroville, increasing releases. Right now, the reservoir at 80% of capacity. So their release is right now at 5,000 CFS. That may change over the next couple of days. Water managers also carefully working together with the Feather and Yuba River converging at Yuba City. They want to make sure that those river levels don't rise too high. Back to you.
All right. Thank you so much, Heather.